Good morning, folks. Today we're continuing to monitor our star. We've got SVS animations and two big stories out of China, even though technically one comes from the moon. But let's get started at spaceweathernews.com and we'll find the last day on the sun. It tried to push a CME in Earth's direction on the north. The small snap at the active region sent a minor filament south of the leading edge, but it did not erupt. No significant CME produced. With solar wind telemetry relatively calm, let's go to SVS where we're starting with iMerg's look at the record rainfall that just hit Australia this last week. Tremendous surge of precipitation as the month's worth fell in a few hours. Not sure I dislike that more or the record lightning in other parts of Australia. We also have one from SVS on agricultural production expectations over the next several decades. It's some eye candy and their projections, which by the way are more useful for that aesthetic moment than a future reality. But they suggest wheat crops are going to thrive, while corn and maize will not. You may have heard about the impact crater they found in China, and veterans with full homework done on the catastrophe cycle repeating lines of evidence will recall the impactors matching those times. First crack at the crater says it's about the same age as Meteor Crater in Arizona, just a little bit bigger, and it puts it at the old Lechamp mark about 48,000 years ago, and adds to the impactor cycle list that comes with the 12,000-year cycle. But folks, the China moon lander blows that one out of the water. The glass spherules found on the moon are further confirmation of their widespread existence across the lunar surface, and we have spent a tremendous amount of time going over the oxygen and silicon production in nova events, making for a glassy and sand-laden nova shell. They see these elements in almost every nova. The spherules are nearly perfect and are much bigger than the ones found by Apollo, or at least the ones they told us about. The tiny ones had a mediocre argument for being from ancient moon volcanoes, but not these. These are much bigger than the ones found by Apollo and require a completely different mechanism, especially since they are spheres and not barbell-shaped, which is the most common volcanic ejectospheral shape. Another explanation is required, and it's one we've shared countless times. It's rained glass spheres onto the moon, just like it did on Earth, and will again. We greatly appreciate your support. P.S. Moon landing haters. They went, barely clipped the Van Allen belt, could easily have shielded the astronauts, and I've debunked that conspiracy too many times over the last decade to do more than just point a no in your direction this morning. Denial will not stop the next solar micronova. We've got wind maps and shots of our star to close. Subscribe and we'll do this all again tomorrow. Right here, but right now it's 5 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.